Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the United Earth Angels Series podcast for episode 51. And we love you. Who am I? I'm Toby Staples, Crown Activated Earth Angel, holding the frequency of 144,000 hertz. Here to bless y'all with some love, self mastery mentor, and shifting the world. Andy, as the co-host, you want to announce yourself and introduce yourself to the world, please.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, everybody. I'm Andy Joe. I am a Crown Activated Earth Angel, mother of 11, and a wife to a wonderful veteran. And I have 4 books on Lulu.com and a shop and a song. And I'm just here to heal all who reaches out who needs it.
That's awesome. And we are lucky because we have a series of a special 10 episode conversation with the amazing Jacques Skutecki. And he's going to give you a wrap up and an introduction of who he is and what he blesses the world with. Jacques, welcome to our stage again. Please introduce yourself to the world.
Well, my name is Jacques Skutecki. I'm the business innovation strategist. And what we do is we focus on making sure that we empower business owners for them to grow their business. That's what we do. And how do we make it happen? It's very simple. What we do is we make sure that there's engagement that's created with your prospects and with your clients. So you build trust, like, and understanding. And that's what this conversation is all about, these 10 series. And specifically today, our topic is really about something very simple, is how to implement a culture of appreciation and recognition with your clients and with your staff.
That's amazing. And we're really happy to have you here. And we welcome you to the stage. And today we are talking about episode 51, fostering a culture of appreciation and recognition. And first of all, I would love to show some appreciation and recognition to every single one of you. Every single one of you that take the time and the energy. Jacques, you're going to have to mute yourself with that banging in the background, please, just so that I can get the message out clearly.
Got it.
Thanks. All right. So, guys, I want to take a moment to show you all some recognition and appreciation. And why? Because this is time and energy that you guys devote to coming and supporting us and supporting yourself by receiving the loving wisdom that we do try to bring to you all. And it's not that we try to bring it to you. We successfully serve it to you all on a menu of love daily. Now, whether you eat from that and apply it in your life, that's up to you. But I want to appreciate and recognize every single one of you for supporting us, for the journey along the way, for believing in us, and, for believing in me. And thanks to everybody who has assisted me over the past week of integrating New Earth. High five. I recognize and I appreciate you all. I love you all. All right. So let's get on with our topic today. Let's round robin this. So I love and I appreciate everybody that's connected to me. But most of all, I appreciate the source of all things. And that is the love that fuels us. So who's going to jump in here on this conversation today with some spitting some fire for all of us to ignite the souls and the hearts of all? Yes.
Well, I'll jump in and say, if you can't run your business fueled by love, then everybody's going to feel it. There's no doubt about it. Everybody feels what love you have for yourself and what love you have for others, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. They can feel your energy. And if you haven't infused love into your business, they're going to feel that. And they might come, to be your client once, but then they'll run the other way because they don't feel something that makes them feel good. If they feel you're uncomfortable or you're upset or you're mad or whatever, they're not going to want to interact with you or what you do. So if you love yourself and know how to infuse love into everything you do, you'll have people come back. You'll have return clients. You'll have clients for life. That's how you build trust and honesty and support with other people in general. They can feel if you love yourself. You might say, oh, I do love myself. I do. Words mean nothing without feeling behind them. So you need to fuel everything you do with the love that's inside of you, the love from source. That's what we're supposed to do. Source fuels us with love so that we can bring others to love through a business, through a family, through everything. That's my take on it.
Jacques, are you able to jump into the conversation?
What are we talking again about today?
We're talking about fostering a culture of appreciation and recognition.
I'm joking. I'm definitely joking here. Yes. I think that love is all about caring, right? Number one, if you don't care, you need to love to be able to care. And I think that focusing on this conversation of having a culture of appreciation, I know that when you show people that you really care about them, right, and you give them the right instructions, the right direction, right, on what needs to be done through your program, Toby, or through working with us at Your Business Nation, and we give clear instructions or clear guidance or clear perspective of this is what's going to happen and how it's going to happen, and we care to make sure they understand, then they get the benefit. That's when you are sharing love, in how you do business. Now, whether it is with your staff, it gets sometimes a little bit more challenging with staff because a lot of time they compete with each other. They think they compete with each other for their jobs. But I think that, if the communication is right and the stage is right to have that conversation, then this becomes a non-issue. So there is a certain amount of skill required in managing a team to make sure that they feel that they're part of something, that they're appreciated, that they're loved, and that they're recognized. The same thing can be done with clients.
Well, I've got something to say about having a team because you know what? I've got a great team of activated earth angels behind me that I had to lead to that status. And when you're a leader of a team, you want the team to be just as powerful as you are, and that everybody can integrate and assist each other no matter what the position, or the circumstance at hand. And that is where you are best fit with the most powerful team, that they can be interchangeable in their roles without any kind of distortion or disruption of the flow. And this is why I, even last year, declared that I would not form a team unless they were mastered and activated. And now I have formed a global movement team that is activated and so solid in source that nothing can stop any of this global movement. So intentionally, I have produced my team to be just as powerful and on the same level as I am. Why wouldn't I? I need every one of my team to be able to sit in my position should there be a need for it, or there was no purpose for a team backing me if they cannot fill my shoes. You see, this is how I flood it. And it's crazy because all of my team know what I expect from them. The same thing that Source expects from me. You see? To flood love into everything they think, say, and do, and be the statue and the pillar and the lighthouse for all right now during the biggest shift in humanity ever known. I love it.
Here. And how do you do that? How do you shift that power? How do you shift that energy so people believe that they are that energy and that they can share with the world?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Nobody on my team today that is an activated earth angel believed who they actually were when they started with me. I believed in every single one of them more than they believed in themselves. And I can sing that proudly.
I can attest to that. I can tell you, I didn't believe that I would be writing books or writing more songs and I know what to do with at the moment, or reaching, healing people who are reaching out to me. I have healed generations before me, and I am continuing to heal the next generations after me. Did I think I could do that when I first started talking to Toby? No. But did I feel the love from her right the moment I saw her on TikTok? Yes. Was I thirsty for that? Yes, I wanted that for me. I have achieved that for me.
I just have to hail up Kelte Creatix. If anybody does not know her, you have to know her. This is a sound healer who vibrates love into this universe and assists all to rejuvenate. You need to know her if you haven't known her up until now. Everybody connect with her. If you haven't followed her, please do. She is a divine feminine that is blasting the sounds of healing for all too, and assisting the harmonization and the anchoring of New Earth. So please follow her. I had to hail her up. I really love what she's doing out there. And continue, Andy. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was about done.
Okay, Jacques, you want to jump in with anything there?
Here you go. Mute, unmute. So unmute. Yeah, I think it's being able to position yourself in a way with your audience or your clients or your staff, is position yourself in a way that they recognize that there's something in it for them. It is of benefit for them to follow your lead, to follow your suggestions, to follow your insights, right? Because we all have insights. And I think when we're able to get that clearly, that there's something in it for them through love, then we can make it happen. I think that's the way I look at it right now based on this conversation.
Well, to be honest with you, in order to be able to create your powerful team, you got to be the example of what it is that you are. You don't just, what I expect for myself surpasses anything that I could ever expect from anybody else. And I honor and meet them where they're at. And I believe what is possible for all beings. So that, in order to be able to make that possible for others, you have to stand in that truth for yourself, unshakable ground in it. There's been a lot of things that whole team challenged me with, believing differently. Okay. And each one of them, one by one, I had to literally disintegrate their egos. How? By bucking with them, by standing my ground, by ripping down their ego with truth. Every single one of them. But they all knew it was backed by love. And that's what I stand firm in. Love in the source of all things. No matter what it is, I've never changed. You can ask any one of them throughout their whole transition and their journey, throughout their cocoon. I told them from day one, I am going to install a cocoon phase in you like you've never seen before. And you will come out of that being a totally different person. You will not recognize yourself. I warned them all. I told them all, if you do not want this for yourself, get out now. Because once you start this, you can't go back. And once you start to learn about yourself, and what you know about yourself from that point will be your foundation to stand tall on. You're about to turn all of the shit of your life into the best fertilizer for the growth you've ever seen. And they did. But I believed in them more than they could possibly believe in themselves. And I held that space for them until they could believe in themselves just as much. And that is the key point of it. And what was their reward system for that? Me being accessible and the encouragement and actually feeling their own love for themselves finally and freeing themselves from shackles, limitations, and actually self-induced suffering. What more could anybody want in this world? What more success would be more successful than that?
As long as they believe that they deserve that, right? If they don't believe that they deserve that, then nothing's going to happen.
Well, once they knew my story, they knew that what they had lived, no matter what it was, they could come back from. And I'll speak on it, Jacques. That's one of the women that is crown activated Earth Angel right now. Well, April 17th was a 1-year anniversary of her son being murdered violently. And guess what? She's okay. She's more than okay. She's crown activated and she's an Earth Angel flowing with love and connected and speaking freely with her son from spirit. What greater win for anybody in this lifetime in such a short amount of time? You see, that's proof of the pudding of my systematic beliefs of what others are capable of. Anybody can love themselves back to life, whether it's in their business, their relationships, no matter what it is, but you got to love yourself back to life to love your results into life, no matter what it is. And guys, on that note, if you want the rewards recognition program, go to the Flow Shop at tobystables.com. Sign up for the Flow Shop today and get your welcome discount at 20% off. Yes. And you know what? I'm proud to say I am not just a global mission of flow. I embody the flow in everything that I think, say, and do, and I flood it out to all. Literally. And did you see those results of the Schumann resonance? Science-backed evidence. We are moving into new earth. Woo!
I saw it.
People want billions of dollars. Well, look what I just made possible for everybody. What could be more successful than that?
Nothing. I would rather this world be ran on love than money.
Yep. Well, that's the real abundance. Yep. That's the real energy that makes all possible, even in nature. But people want to go out in nature to reconnect. That's bullshit. Connect within yourself because you're a part of nature. You're supposed to thrive like nature. What's your excuse for not doing that? You see, that's the problem that people need to get real with. You are nature. Yes, you are. What's your most natural state before you put on your makeup? That's nature. Yep. When you put on your makeup, you're covering up your own beauty of nature, no matter what you look like. Yes, I'll say it. Hey, but it's true. What's your most natural state? That's nature of you. Well, that's the thriving force of all things. Just as you see the trees, the birds, the sky, the grass, this is us too. Well, what's your excuse for not thriving like nature does? Because you taint your own flow. That's why.
You can't feel love over worry if you block it all the time.
That's right. And, when we think about it, look at how nature thrives, even weathering all of those storms. Without excuses, without complaining, without crying, without compromise to its thriving force. Yep. Why? Because it's love that fuels it. So if love fuels all to thrive without compromise, well, why have you compromised your love that's fueling you for everything else?
I made a post the other day, actually a blog the other day about dandelions. Think about it. Dandelions can pop up anywhere in between concrete, in the brick roads and everywhere. You cut them down, they grow back. You try to dig the root out. Oh, no, they're back. So my children they dubbed me the dandelion queen the other day. And that inspired me to write the whole blog. So I have infused that into me. I'm a dandelion. They tried to cut me down. They tried to dig me up by my roots. They tried to push me aside everything else. But here I am, standing tall. Hello, I am a dandelion.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. And you know what? Let's talk about that. Celebrating our small wins. Guys, you want to spit some fire on celebration of small wins?
I like that. I like that. I like that perspective of the dandelion. Yeah, that's a very very good perspective. Um, yeah. So I'm just like I don't know what to add on that other than sometimes we just got to believe in what we do, right, and make sure that we continue believing in what we do because everything is possible. I think that's what we need to do, and stop blaming the world that the end the world's not in sync with what we're doing, or we have to stop that, right? We just got to keep focus, and sometimes we just don't have the tools to make it happen. So when we don't have the tools, we have to develop those tools. We have to find them. We have to love it ourselves to make sure that we can find those tools, recognize them, use them, because everything is about skills in this world. Everything is about skills. If you don't have the skills, you're not going to succeed. But the most important skill, as per Toby and Andy, is love. That's the most important skill out there.
Actually, you know what? You know something? I would love, on that note, Andy, if you want to add something to the conversation, but right now, I'm going to talk about something that's actually in my documentation for my court proceeding this week. And I would love to read it all to everybody now that Jacques has talked about that force fuel of love. Andy, do you want to add anything before I read something here to the whole audience?
Go right ahead.
All right. Now, listen, what I am up against is uninhabitable conditions, systematic negligence, and disability discrimination for where I'm living. Now, without the force of love that's fueling me, with all of the limitations of the human self, why would this have killed anyone else? Given the scope of contamination, lack of support, and the tenant's complex medical profile, any individual with similar conditions would not have survived this timeline. Survival is due entirely to the tenant's exceptional willpower, frequency-based resilience, and the self-directed use of love as a sustaining and mobilizing force. This is not hyperbolic. It is backed by immune resilience studies in trauma survivors who exhibit extraordinary adaptive capacities. Resilience Neuroscience 2020.
Wow.
Love fuels all things and can keep you alive when everything is trying to take you out.
Yep.
I stand in that.
Very, very well said. Now, how does that stand in court? I have no idea, but it's extremely well said. Like, how does a court system look at that content? Like, how does that?
Well, it doesn't matter because what they've done to me and what I'm about to provide to them, like this, with 3 legal appendixes, and everything after is all printed proof of communications with pictures that they should have moved me out of here instead of medically refusing twice during the course of the 2 years, totally disregarding me and my conditions of non-immunity. Well, guess what? There's no immunity that can save any of them. Simple. And I'll be the karmic justice for all that are suffering here in it. Literally. But this is why I practice public appreciation to all. Yes. And before we wrap up this, okay, so we've talked about peer recognition programs. Guys, go get your Flow family sign up done. Get your welcome discount. Celebrate small wins, everybody, every day. You know what your biggest win is every day is that you wake up breathing, because you die every night. So every morning when you wake up, it is already your gift of life given to you, because most won't be waking up in the coming weeks, literally. So you can all expect that for yourselves, for anybody you see in this world that can hold love. Well, like the Pope today, they will be going too. So I love you all. So we'll do a fast round robin, celebrate small wins, practice public appreciation. Yes, appreciate those publicly that assist you, just as I did. Witness on my page. I appreciate everybody that assists me to make everything possible. Yes. Guys, let's do a round robin as we close this up.
All righty. All right. I would love to say thank you all for showing up and watching our live, because that's time that you could have spent doing something else. Instead, you spent it with us, and I greatly appreciate it. And I would like to announce that, well, without Toby's guidance and love, I wouldn't have been able to do this, but book number 4 is now published, and I'm so grateful for Toby for guiding me to my own strength. But I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.
Jacques, you want to take the floor and wrap it up?
I love it. Yes. Well, listen, we talk about engagement on and off. Let me invite you to go to jacques360.com and to get a free 30-day reminder on how you can create engagement with your audience, with your clients, with your prospects. And you just got to go to jacques360.com, select event, and it says 30-day engagement. And it's going to keep you paced with what you can do today to create engagement with the ones that you love, or the ones that you want to love, or the ones that don't know that you want to love them. So that works very well. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Right on. Well, thanks for another great episode. Episode 51, we're wrapping up. And guess what? I got to brag a bit too. The Flow gear is in. And Flow, feel love over worry. There's that print. And let me show off this Flow Vibes print. Yes, very much so. And let me show off this print for you all. Yes, yes, yes. Guys, feel love over worry. Just as I had intentions of shaking this earth, and the proof of it is in the Schumann resonance, is the same way I intentionally infused every one of these graphics with the same type of electrical force for you all. So I've proven my force and my intentions by the Schumann resonance backed scientific evidence and the correlative commands that I've given. Well, go get your Flow gear, because you'll feel the intention behind it all. I love you all. I'm grateful for you all. Flow, feel your love over worry. And join us again next week for episode 52. Thank you, Jacques. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, the world. We love you.
Love you.